Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Dominion video. My apologies for the slightly disgruntled voice of mine right now, as I am currently recovering from a terrible case of the cold, and that's why the videos have been fair and few beyond in the past couple of days. Nonetheless, I am starting to feel a little bit better now, and hopefully can get back to my usual self very soon to be able to bring you guys some more content. Anyways, for today's video, we'll once again be discussing Jurassic World Dominion, and more importantly its final battle, but we'll also be discussing how I think it should have ended instead, as it's a really highly talked about topic within this franchise. Whether you found it good or bad, it's safe to say that this final battle sways the audience into a 50-50 split, and that it should be discussed just that little bit more. For me personally, I found it really enjoyable and loved the camera shots and cinematography throughout the battle. Not exactly the best from the franchise, but good enough to satisfy my hunger for big dinosaurs battling one another. But that doesn't mean it was perfect. So, here's how I think Jurassic World Dominion's final battle should have ended. Jurassic World Dominion's ending showed off a thrilling final battle that featured a three-way fight between the Therizinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, and Rexy the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a battle that may not have gone down in history as the best, but a battle that connected a lot of things within the trilogy. I have previously made a video regarding that should you wish to find out a little bit more. Either way, it was certainly a battle. But many people felt like there was a missed opportunity in this scene, as we didn't get to see the Spinosaurus show up once again during the final battle. This would have been the first time we see the Spino in live action ever since 2001, and it would have been its first known appearance in the canonical timeline ever since 2016, where it was last left alone on Manticore Island in June of 2016. Now, many people wanted this final battle to have included the Spinosaurus, as they feel like it would have been the perfect time and opportunity to reintroduce this magnificent creature. And in the very early stages of Dominion, the Spinosaurus was actually initially supposed to be part of this final spectacle, as there were discussions with the producers and directors where they were in an agreement to bring back the Spinosaurus for one final showdown in the Jurassic saga. However, that didn't reach pen to paper and didn't go any further than word of mouth, and hence that's why we didn't get to see the Spinosaurus in Jurassic World yet again. Well, at least we got it in Camp Cretaceous, I guess, right? Anyways, continuing with the idea of having the Spinosaurus appear at the end of Jurassic World Dominion, let's start looking on the logical and sensible side of things. Would it have actually been worth it, is the question we should be asking. Some people are probably saying yes, oh yes, let him team up with Rexy to destroy the Giganotosaurus, whereas I completely disagree with that, and I am glad we didn't see him return in the final battle. Cast your minds back to Jurassic Park 3, and what did he do throughout the movie? Well, the Spinosaurus consistently followed the humans for the entirety of the movie as they crashed a small aircraft into the sail of the creature. Because of this, he held a grudge and followed the humans down, killing Cooper, Nash, and even injuring Amanda. He just simply didn't give up. Not only that, but it was reported that the Spinosaurus was reportedly killing off the ecosystem on Isla Sorna, suggesting that it was doing what the Scorpius Rex and Indominus Rex was doing, and trying to find its place in the food chain by killing off numerous of dinosaurs on the island. Therefore, as we've agreed for over a decade now, the Spinosaurus was extremely aggressive in its nature and pretty much couldn't be stopped. It chased down Darius in season 4, all because he made a bit too much noise and entered his territory, which again shows how anger fueled this dinosaur really is. Therefore, would it have actually made sense for it to appear in Dominion's final battle? Well, the answer is no. If you were to swap out the Therizinosaurus for the Spinosaurus, it would have been a three-way battle between three apex predators of their time, and more conclusively, the Giganotosaurus would have indeed died off. However, what many fail to reason with is that Rexy might have died off as well. The Spinosaurus would not have teamed up with Rexy, that's for sure, and he would have probably fought with her until the end. And we already know that this dinosaur is pretty much a specialised Tyrannosaurus Rex killer. winning fight after fight over these big creatures. So it would have thrown fuel onto the fire with the idea that Rexy would have also died too. So if Rexy wasn't involved with the final battle, it would have meant that she would probably have survived Dominion, but also would have meant less to the arc of her story throughout Dominion. Leaving the Spinosaurus to go ahead and kill off the Giganotosaurus, completely on his own to once again prove who the real apex dinosaur in this world is. So for me, adding that Spinosaurus in there for the final battle, especially with having Rexy, simply didn't make any sense to me. Before we move on with the video, I just want to encourage the 84% of people who are watching this video right now that aren't subscribed to the channel yet, to please do subscribe. We're currently aiming to hit over 200,000 subscribers before the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary celebrations that are set to take place in June of 2023. We are now less than 20,000 people away from doing just that. After all, if you're watching this and you're here right now, you surely like Jurassic, even at any kind of level. Well, this channel is the best channel on YouTube to keep you in the loop and updated about the Jurassic franchise as a whole, whether that be theories, news, or information from this franchise. I promise, turning that red subscribe button grey will be a great decision that you make today. Now, that would have added a lot to the final battle, but we know that the Spinosaurus is simply a killing machine, so it wouldn't have made too much sense to have him involved in the final battle that we saw in Dominion. But what could they have changed to make both Jurassic World Dominion's final battle better and have a more alternative ending? Well, should we replace the Therizinosaurus once again, we can introduce not just one dinosaur, but two. That's right, we can add two dinosaurs into the mix. Two dinosaurs that did indeed appear in Jurassic World Dominion, but only right at the end. We're talking about Rexy's newfound family at the end of the movie, the buck and doe tyrannosaurs. These two tyrannosaurs were first discovered in the franchise back in 1997's The Lost World Jurassic Park, the second movie of the franchise. They're the couple of Rexes that appeared in the movie, with one of them even appearing on the mainland within San Diego. So it's not like they aren't used to being on the mainland already. The last time we see these dinosaurs was at the end of The Lost World ever since 1997. We either thought that they were dead or still on Isla Nublar. Now we finally have our answer. And that's because at the very end of Jurassic World Dominion, we actually see them appear at the Biosyn Forest, coming face to face with Rexy. And yes, it's been confirmed for nearly a year now that these two are in fact buck and doe. So what if we were to add them to the final battle of the movie? Well, firstly, should that have happened, it would have been a really good surprise effect. Not quite as much as the Spinos, admittedly, but seeing two Tyrannosaurus Rexes come out of nowhere and take on the Giga to protect the fallen Rex would have been quite a sight to see. And it would have answered something that many were questioning as to whether or not these two dinosaurs were alive or in the Biosyn Valley during the events of Jurassic World Dominion, or were they added to the valley after the ending. At the moment, we assume that they would have been there the whole time, but again, it makes us wonder why we didn't see them in the Biosyn facility during the final battle. A little bit of a confusing one, however, it definitely would have been nice to see them in the final battle itself. Just imagine the idea. The Giganotosaurus fights Rexy the Tyrannosaurus Rex. She's knocked out, incapacitated from the Giga, and looks like her days are over. The Giga goes to break the neck of the Rex, not before the buck runs into the side of the Giganotosaurus, headbutting it, knocking him over, whilst the doe soon arrives to the side of the buck, and Rexy rises from her brittle near end. The Giganotosaurus is confused on what to do next, and then suddenly Rexy attacks the neck, throws the Giga around, and then he gets caught in the jaws of the buck, who breaks the neck of the Giga as the doe is pulling on the tail. A much more brutal way out, but a much more awesome way out for the Giganotosaurus. Pretty cool if you were to ask me. So overall, how I think Jurassic World Dominion should have ended would have been swapping out the Therizinosaurus, but not for the Spinosaurus, but instead for the buck and doe Tyrannosauruses. This would have answered the question as to where they were during Jurassic World Dominion, and it would have also given Rexy a proper saviour and send the Giganotosaurus 6 feet under. I personally think that having two Rexes saving the day for the other Rex would have equaled a bigger showdown and brawl, and would have not changed any characteristics of any dinosaur, such as if the Spinosaurus were to be there instead. For me at least, it was the perfect way to incorporate a multi-dinosaur battle. But yes, a Spinosaurus in the movie literally anywhere would have been cool too. If you have any other ideas, feel free to let me know them down in the comments below. I'm interested to know what the general audience would have thought and what would have been the perfect final battle. Whilst you're down there, feel free to give the video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.